Hey, what's going on, guys? We're going to be doing a deck profile for the Ante Dark Worlds, and so it's a card that I thought would be pretty good in Dark Worlds. So yeah, if you're unfamiliar with what the card does, basically each player selects one monster. Well, you should select a monster card, but you select one card in your hand, and whoever has the lowest amount of stars sends the card to the graveyard, and then they take 1,000 damage. Whoever has the higher number, they get to still keep the card in their hand. You can select a non-monster card, so if your opponent, if you activate maybe like a drag down and they have all spells, you can use Ante and they will take 1,000 damage plus they lose a spell, so that is pretty darn good. So yeah, I mean, you have Grapha plus you have Malefic Stardust, so those are level 8, and decks like Inzectors don't have anything high to reveal, so you basically make them send Hornet to the grave and then take 1,000 damage. So it's not that bad in that aspect. I think that's pretty much the only other strange card that's in here. Everything looks pretty standard. I am playing 3 upstarts, so that does counter the Ante. So I mean, they take 1,000, they gain 1,000. Doesn't really matter. It's just more for the ability to see your opponent's hand with like drag downs and like the mind crushes, and then you're going to be able to use that Ante, and you can get rid of key cards in their deck. And I think that is pretty good. But yeah, let's finally get started with the deck profile. So we are playing 1 Beige, 3 Brow, 3 Grapha, 1 Malefic Stardust, 2 Silva, 3 Snow, Allure of Darkness, 3 Ante. Card Destruction, Dark Hole, 3 Dark World Dealings, 3 Drag Down, 1 Foolish just to help get Grapha in the grave. It's okay. Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, 3 Gates, 3 Upstart, 1 Dark Smog, 1 Deck Devastation, 2 Mind Crushes, and Skill Drain. And for the last card, I thought maybe you guys can select one of these, so I've put down Trance Archfiend, Skill Drain, as well as Dark World Lightning. So I personally still think Dark World Lightning is okay. I mean, there are decks that still set. It doesn't let you explode as much first turn because you have a card that you can't essentially use unless your opponent is going first and it's your first turn. And, they have set cards. But as far as the extra deck, the only thing that might be strange, maybe Stygian Sergeants, and then a Dark Highlander. Everything else should be pretty familiar. You can play Tyrus if you want to play Tyrus as well. And the off chance that you have 2 Silvas on the field, you can make him. Although I kind of prefer Adrius just because you can go and get rid of stuff that is in the way. That can be problematic for Dark World sometimes. But usually you should be able to finish off the game relatively quick. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this card. And I thought it was pretty good in Dark Worlds just because you can maintain that control of knowing what your opponent has in your hand. In their hand, and then you can activate Drag Down, you can have the Mind Crushes. And it seems like another pretty overall solid card. Although against certain decks, it might not be that viable. Just because, if they're running like Malefics, then they could reveal Malefic Cyberian. I believe that one is level 12, and then you would have no answers to that. And I believe it is sending the card to the graveyard, so you would not get the effect of the Dark World when it's sent to the graveyard, which is kind of unfortunate, but I think it'd be way too good if it did that. But it already is pretty darn good. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If Ante you guys think it's okay in Dark Worlds, because I think it is viable. Although it's kind of something that when you run, you don't have as much room, and 13 monsters is kind of low, I feel like. But in Dark Worlds, it does kind of work. I mean, that's essentially what the guy played that won YCS Long Beach. But he was playing tour guide than his. But yeah, so this card is going to be reprinted in Epic Dawn the Battle Pack, which is also going to have tour guide as a reprint. So maybe you could run the tour guides plus the Antes. Pretty interesting stuff there. But thanks for watching, guys. Asian Eyes White Dragon, signing out.